I truly think they're as good as Jackery, and they're less expensive.
No money exchanges hands between me or any of the products that people send me. They can't buy my opinion or my reviews.
What I've found is that lots of different products will give a watt-hour number. They're not created equal.
The big brand names send me stuff, and so that's pretty much all I represent, and so I'm really glad to do this. Hi everyone, welcome back to our next video. As I hope you know, I am Bob, and this is Autumn.
Hi there.
And Autumn, as you know, has been shooting videos for CheapRVl, and she's going to be shooting more and more, and we are actually traveling together right now. And you have your own channel, Autumn and Chloe.
Yes.
And for your channel, a lot of people send you products to test.
Yes.
And so these are products that you have been sent, you have used long enough to have formed a really good opinion. And we're going to share those opinions with you today. Now, I'm really delighted because I don't do a lot of off-brand things. And yet some of them are real gems. And so today we're going to find out which are gems and which ones are lemons. And so, Autumn, what can you tell us about these products?
Yes, you know, the first thing I will share is power has been the most important and the trickiest thing for me as a nomad. I have to have it because I run a fridge, and I went the first 4 months as a nomad without a fridge and just found my quality of life was radically different with a 12-volt, 19-quart fridge. I also am a digital nomad, so I've worked full-time from the road since I've been living on the road. And at the time of filming this video, I've been on the road for over 3.5 years. So I have absolutely had to have quality, reliable power, and it's not been easy. So anytime I received a brand deal, sponsorship, offer, collaboration with any company who was willing to give me a power station, I took it. I sort of started hoarding power stations. And every single one of these stations I can share, I've had at least a year of being able to test them to see what I like. And some of them I've had closer to 3.5 years. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share my least favorite products, the ones I actually do not recommend, all the way up to my favorite products and the ones that I've ultimately chosen to keep because I am going to be donating the majority of these. I cannot take all of these with me in my van.
Right, yeah, that's the problem I always have too, and so I give them away too. But yeah, it's really good to have this variety. I'm really looking forward to this. As you know, I do a lot of Bluetti products just by pure luck. They started sending them to me a long time ago. I was very, very happy with them. I gave them honest reviews, and they were usually positive because it's a really good product. And they've begged me to enter into a contract with them. They sent me contracts. They keep sending me contracts. And I look at these contracts and say, I can't possibly sign this. So no contract. And so no money exchanges hands between me or any of the products that people send me. They can't buy my opinion or my reviews. I do accept them, but remember, almost always I give them away. So this is the same with you.
That's correct. So while I featured these different products on my channel, the Autumn and Chloe channel, no money exchanged hands. So I have no contracts or no affiliate links or anything associated with any of these products. So it's a totally unbiased review.
Let me jump in right away and say that we will have links to all of these in the description below. And I am an Amazon affiliate. But if you don't buy any of these and you buy any other different one, I will still get a very small percentage. It won't cost you a thing. So I feel really good about being an Amazon affiliate. It supports the channel. It allows me to buy things to test for you when no one sends them to me. And so, yeah, I feel good about that. But we are an Amazon affiliate. And so if you use one of my links below, I will make a little money.
I'm going to go from my least favorite, which I do not recommend. So this is my absolute least favorite product, and it's EcoFlow. This is a 720 watt-hour power station, and it's a fast charging power station. Now, what I want to share is I loved its fast charging. In less than 1 hour, this will go from 0 to 100. And that made a big difference. I could just take this thing, it's not that big, so I could take it, I'd walk it into a library, I'd walk it into a cafe, and I could get it recharged. But after I bought this, it came with a warranty, and I noticed it does not work very good. I had a Jackery 1500 Explorer to compare it against at the time because I purchased this with my own money. I spent about $800 for it in 2022. And I could not believe, they said it's 720 watt hours and it got maybe a 12th of what Jackery, the 1500 watt hour should have. So it should have been working at half that efficiency at 720, and it just didn't. So I reached out to EcoFlow and I told them what was going on. And even with my warranty, they made it so difficult. I was very displeased with the customer service. So I'm not trying to hate on a business. I'm just telling you, I'd never personally purchase from them again. They made it so difficult to send it back. So many emails were exchanged. I didn't feel like the warranty was honored. And the customer service was just rude. So I am not a fan of this. And I am going to be donating it to somebody who wants it, even though I let them know it doesn't really work very good.
Still, if you don't have anything, it's still better than nothing, probably.
Absolutely. It's better than nothing.
Right, right.
Yeah, the best thing that it had going for it was its fast charging and its size. So the next power station, that was okay, mediocre. This is an all powers power station, and it's just under 700 watt hours. I got to try this one for free. What I liked about it is, again, its size. I was in my RV at the time. They sent me this product, but I was doing car camping trips. So I thought this size was nice to take into the car. However, it just didn't seem like it worked that well. And then it took like 7 hours to recharge on an AC outlet. So I just found that it just wasn't the efficiency that the other ones had. So it is a good product. I think this will serve somebody well. I just wouldn't personally purchase it again. Okay, so this product here is no longer in circulation. In fact, I reached out to Dr. Prepare to ask them if it was, because I love this product so much. This was actually the first brand deal I ever got, and I could not believe this 178 watt hour power station functioned better, charged faster than the all powers, and it functioned better than both of my 720 watt hour. I was just like, how is that even possible? How does it have 178 watt hours and it literally runs and functions better than the other two? So here's the thing I want to share, because this isn't in circulation anymore and I'm disappointed. I really wish it was. So over time, Dr. Prepare, when I was in my RV, they sent me 2 Life Pro lithium ion batteries. They were so unbelievably good, just like this has been so unbelievably good. They also shared with me their hard solar panels, which are on my van. All of that just functions so well that even though this specific product is not in circulation, I highly, highly recommend this company. And honestly, I'd be happy to continue doing brand deals with them because their products are just so darn good. So I highly recommend them.
I have heard from other YouTubers really good things about Dr. Prepare.
Okay, so this next one is not officially a power station. This is a battery jumper, and it looks like this. But I will tell you, the whole time we were traveling in Alaska, I used this to charge my phone while I was driving. It essentially acted like an external battery. It acted like a mini power station. It's nice to have something so small, so handheld, but this one product here, which is a Wolfbox 4000 jump starter, it would charge my phone probably 6 or 7 times before I needed to recharge this thing again.
Wow, that's very good.
Yeah.
Have you ever jumped your car with it?
I have not jumped my car with this. Fortunately, I have not needed to, and hopefully I won't need to, but it's also nice to have this in the event that you
should always have one of these.
Yeah. So the VitoMan 1500 watt hour flash speed. This thing will charge from 0 to 100% in less than an hour and from an AC outlet, and it takes 1900, almost 1900 watts in at a given time. That's just incredible. That is so fast. By comparison, my Jackery 1500 watt hour power station takes about 5 to 6 hours for a full charge on an AC outlet. So I loved that about the VitoMan. The bummer part of it is it did not hold the same amount of power. So it didn't seem like it was a true 1500 watt hour power station compared to my 1500 watt hour Jackery. Now, I don't know if that has to do with the flash speed charging, and I'm very, very happy with lots of aspects of this. It's designed very nicely.
That's nice.
It's a flat surface. It's got handles that are really easy to carry. You can store your cords all right here in the top. And it's just, you can tell it's a nice high quality display. So I do recommend it, especially if your need is fast charging. That would be something really great to go to. However, I have decided to give this to my cousin, who is sort of a part-time nomad, because the final 2 power stations have just been so much better for me. So this next power station, Pecron, is, in my opinion, equal to my top favorite power station, which is Jackery. This is something that I was thrilled to get as a brand deal just to test out. It's 720 watt hours and it just seems to run and run. What I've found is that lots of different products will give a watt hour number. They're not created equal. What I found is that Pecron's quality is so good. I truly think they're as good as Jackery, and they're less expensive. So if I were to purchase another power station because I purchase on a budget, I would absolutely go with Pecron. Like, probably is my first choice. I love it. I've had this for just under 2 years now, and I've not found a deterioration in the quality, which is a natural thing that happens with power stations, is they deteriorate over time. I'm just so happy with this. I love Pecron. I highly recommend it, especially if you're on a budget. Have you tried it, Bob?
I have not, but I watch nearly everybody's reviews on other YouTubers, and Pecron is spoken of almost universally very, very highly. They're coming on as the low-end brand to buy because they're putting out great products.
This one has just been so good that, again, I have no complaints. It has like the magnetic charge on top. It has a variety of different places to plug things in. And again, for me, what really matters is its ability to charge all of my devices with as much energy as possible. So this is just really, really good.
Good.
Okay, well, my number one favorite, which is tied with Pecron, is Jackery. This is very heavy, so I'm not going to pick it up. This is a Jackery 2000. So interestingly, I'm such a fan of Jackery, and again, not sponsored, but I'm such a fan of Jackery that I give them a shout out in a lot of my videos on the Autumn and Chloe channel. And sometimes in the comments, people don't like that. They share that the battery isn't great for one reason or another. But all I can say is I have been so happy with Jackery. I like their product. I think it works fantastic for quality. And I also really like their customer service. There have been 2 times I needed to reach out to them. They were so prompt, so accommodating. Something got messed up in my vehicle with my 12-volt lighter, so they just sent me a free solar panel, completely not even knowing I had a YouTube channel. So they had no idea that I was giving any kind of, thumbs up to them. It was just excellent customer service and it was fast. And their product is just so darn good that because power is so important to me, Jackery and Pecron are the stations that I would just probably go with over and over again. I've never tried Bluetti, and I know Bluetti has an incredible reputation. And in fact, Bluetti even offered a power station. I just don't need one at the time. So maybe in time I'll be able to test one. But I've heard they're amazing, but these are just so good that I'm just really happy with them.
Now, as you know, a lot of you probably know, I'm not a big fan of Jackery. I've said a lot of bad things about them. In fact, I just did a video testing the 1000 and 2000 Jackery. In fact, I gave them to you
Yes.
because I don't keep them and you're a huge fan.
Right.
And I'll have to say they were both very, very good units. I didn't find a single fault with them, even though I rag on them. It's an excellent product. And I did say that, excellent product. The one thing I don't like is the solar input, and so therefore I didn't give it a really positive review. But they are excellent equipment, no question about it.
So as a final synopsis, just from my personal experience, here's what I would say. If you're not on a budget and you want a product that I personally recommend, but it's important to hear Bob's concerns with solar, I'd say go with Jackery. If you're on a budget and just want a fantastic product that I think works as well as Jackery, go with Pecron, and go to Dr. Prepare to see what they have available, because I recommend this brand highly as well.
Well, there you have it. I'm really glad we were able to do some of the off-brand items. The big brand names send me stuff, and so that's pretty much all I represent. And so I'm really glad to do this. Autumn, thank you so much for joining me and testing all these things and giving your feedback. It's very, very helpful.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, folks, if this has been helpful to you, I hope you will like us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and we'll talk to you on the next video. See you then.